All right, now let's get into some strategies. Okay, I want to talk about some tactical strategies for you to actually go implement right now that can help you to reinvent yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so number one, we want to talk about personal branding. It's really everything. What is a personal brand? First of all, a personal brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room. Okay, I want you to think about that. What do people think about you? Right? When people say my name, what comes to mind? Right? What are the traits that come to mind? What are the skills that come to mind? Where are the areas I excel, the areas I'm not so good in, right? There are immediate thoughts and perceptions that people have, right? When you see a logo, when you see a McDonald's logo, like what comes to mind? What do you think of when you see the golden arches, right?
Shamrock shakes.
Shamrock Steaks, that's what you think of? I think the ice cream machine's broken.
Yeah. Burgers.
Burgers.
Yeah, people think burgers.
But the point is, it's what do people say about you when you're not in the room? That's your personal brand, right? It's your identity. It's the identity that others hold of you. That is your personal brand. But here's the beautiful thing about that is you can actually shape and mold other people's perception of you. Did you know that? Huh, how crazy is that? Like when I changed clothes in being from thug life to preppy, okay? Just by changing clothes and meeting new people, I was able to shift my personal brand and my identity.
Mm-hmm. In people's perception of you.
Their perception of me, right? So let's talk about that. We need to craft a message, right? And guess what? You get to create the narrative, okay? You get to create the narrative. That's the beautiful thing. So we need to craft a message that shows who you are, right? You get to tell people who you are, what you do, and why you matter, okay? Again, that's who you are, what you do, why you matter. Make people feel something about you, right? They say facts tell and stories sell, okay? So why do stories sell? Because stories create emotion, right? So you want to make people feel something about you because that's emotion, right? What's your emotional identity? When people think about you, what is the emotion that they get, right? I'm thinking of somebody right now, Amberly Lago. Like when I think about her, it's joy, it's passion, it's excitement, it's this excitement for life, resilience is another thing that I think about. These are all emotions, right?
Yeah. Same Heather Monahan, too.
Heather Monahan.
Very similar
Yeah.
thoughts and emotions.
Oh, I think of her, I think confident.
Yeah.
That woman's a bulldozer.
A tiger.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Confident, like there is this is identity. This is a personal brand.
Yes.
What emotion when people say your name, what emotion comes to mind?
I think we all see this.
Like I always say, Mark, when I talk about Mark,
Mm-hmm.
when I was in Coach's Corner yesterday and we're talking about virtual introductions.
Right.
Okay. And you're on the list. So I told him, I was like, in order for him to be able to make a connection, you need to be connected with Mark on LinkedIn. Right. And I was like, how many of y'all know Mark in the room? And a bunch of people said yes. And oh, Mark's great, in the chat. And oh, Mark's great. And I said, yeah, for those of you who don't know Mark, I said, he is the nicest guy. He is absolutely 1,000% the nicest guy you've ever met.
Most of the time. A lot of the time.
Most of the time. Until we fight.
Yeah.
But
we're like brothers. So
yeah. But he is. He's literally, I remember I was sick not long ago, and the dude sends me a care package to my door. Right? Like, okay, I could see a woman doing that, okay? But like, this is my brother. My brother sends me a care package to my front door. I'm like, this is the nicest guy. Mark is the nicest freaking guy. Right?
Well, yeah.
Like that's identity. That's like the thing that comes to mind is like when I think of Mark, I'm like, oh, dude, Mark's like the nicest guy.
You gotta help your brothers out. And I think some of it comes with my personality, but also my faith. I mean, that's what we're called to do.
Well, I just appreciate it, But again, it goes back to identity. What is your identity? So we want to craft a personal message that shows who you are, what you do, why you matter, and what emotion do you want people to think about when they think about your name?